can't see. There it is.
Hey, we're recording.
All right, we're back from executive session at 9:03, 9:02, where we discussed litigation.
Make a motion to approve a memorandum of understanding between Donegal Township and the International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 66. As discussed in executive session, in relation to, I guess, court action.
That covers it.
Yeah.
Okay. Got a motion to approve the MOU. Second, I'll second it. How do you vote?
Tom,
Yep.
Kathy,
No.
Doug,
Yes.
Ed,
Yes.
3 yes, 1 no, motion carried.
Okay.
You want to give us the wording of the second one?
Okay, and I'd ask that a motion be set forth to authorize the solicitor to notify Attorney Brown to negotiate pursuant to the terms set forth in the executive session.
I'll make a motion we do that. We'll have to let Sharon get the breakdown.
Okay.
Who made the motion? Tom?
Yeah.
I'll second.
A motion and a second. How do you vote?
Kathy,
No.
Doug,
Yes.
Tom,
Yep.
Ed,
This really bugs me. Yeah.
I think that
3
goes
yes,
in your
motion
hand.
carried.
Yeah.
And see, but I don't have that.
All right, is that it out of executive session?
I have nothing else.
Additions to the agenda. I make a motion to, since we're gonna be working on the budget, to drop, completely do away with the taxes for the township, property tax, for the next year,
For 2020.
2020.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do you want to suspend them for a year or drop them entirely?
Suspend would be a better word, probably.
Okay, they would come back automatically if you don't do
Yeah.
it again, otherwise you'd have to
Yeah. Suspend would be a better word. We collected about $160,000 in property tax this past year. If it stays about the same, we are already allowed in last year's budget $100,000 to give back out of the Act 13. So.
And how does that, what does that mean to me?
You won't have to pay any taxes on your property.
I'll second
For
the
this
motion.
township.
Well, I get paid to collect, so what does that do to me? And have you checked to see if you can do it that way?
Yeah,
And what does that mean to me?
you won't get anything if you don't collect anything.
You guys are on top of it.
You'll still collect for the school.
Was there another township that's done this, Ed?
Yeah, several townships have done it in
Yeah.
various different ways. Some lowered the millage, some just did a suspension.
We got lots of projects that need done, we got equipment that needs bought. I don't know what the average Donegal Township taxpayer pays in township real estate taxes, but I know my Donegal Township tax bill's never been very much. I can't see taking away from projects, or taking away from roads, or taking away from equipment.
If you keep the township tax, you could buy the new grader, you could buy the new boom boom.
Boom over, you can do a lot, you can do a lot of things.
I think we can still,
$100,000, that'd buy
I
awful.
think we can still do it.
We could hire policemen, we could hire road guys, we could
Hire
hire
police department.
secretaries. I just,
I think we can still do it, but
That's what they don't want to do.
I firmly believe, and I said this multiple times sitting here, that Act 13 money is for the residents that have to put up with the water trucks and the dust and the noise and the traffic and all that. And it's not my money, it's your money, and I'm giving it back to you. Even
You're
if it's
also
just,
giving the companies
even if
back
it's just a
their money.
little bit.
Even the companies, because you.
I'm giving it across the board because I couldn't get any cooperation from you.
What?
Yeah,
3 times, Ed, you asked me to give you figures. I did
Yeah.
each time. You guys sat on it and did nothing. It
Okay.
had nothing to do with me. I gave you everything you asked for. That was free time of mine that I put in to do that.
okay.
I know that Mr. Grady was talking about buying a grader, I don't know what one costs. They're not cheap, I'm sure. Do you have, Tom, any idea what a grader costs?
No, we talked about going on that site, but we haven't done it because
That's for what you
we
get.
didn't have the money in that there, but
Right.
I am going to check into the boom mower. And like I said, Steve and I talked about it, and we can get by another year on the grader.
I never seen people that don't want their money back.
If they want to invest in their community, Ed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that, you know what, that's my thing is, you know what, it's great to give people back their tax, okay, whatever, however you wanna word it, all right? And first off, you only proved 100,000, and if it cost 160, then you gotta cover that.
That's what's for next year.
Okay, but just to say, you still gotta, if you're gonna do it right now, then you might as well do the motion to spend the other 60,000, because
Yeah,
your motion's.
that was what the
really
motion was.
No, it wasn't.
It was to suspend the taxes
No,
for the,
suspend it.
Yeah.
And I'm saying,
for
That-
2020.
if you're gonna use Act 13 money to pay the taxes, or you don't use Act 13 money to pay the taxes. Because that Act 13 money has to be paid, taxes have to be paid. You're gonna transfer Act 13 money to the general fund to cover the amount of taxes that you wouldn't have collected.
That's correct, you have to,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And you know what's gonna happen at the end of that year? When you want them to pay their 2021 taxes, you're gonna hate yourself. Because you know why? We're all gonna be pounding on your door saying, what do you mean you're gonna make us pay taxes? You got by a year without our money, why do you need it now?
Well, and you've got the fire companies.
I mean, you know what, it's admirable that you have that stand. But the whole point is, it's not your money to give away either. So spend it to improve the township so everybody gets the benefit of it. Everybody. And spending it on your taxes to give somebody a $5 break. And then you're going, so if John Joe over here owes $2,000 in taxes, right, you're gonna suspend his $2,000. And granted, you're gonna suspend my $5, but who got the most benefit out of that deal?
Well, that's the age-old argument.
Well,
The-
spend it on the roads and
you-
spend it on the township doing infrastructure, Ed.
We got a motion and a second. Right?
Yes.
I thought I saw other hands up out there.
Who else?
Maybe they are.
Yeah.
I don't mind paying my taxes. I receive a benefit from that. You know, the roads are built, my roads are clear whenever I need to go to work in the winter time.
Mhm.
I'm in the same boat.
I'm good with what my taxes are. I would much rather see, I even disagreed with the $100,000 that you forgave last time. The township has not been in a position long enough to do this. I mean, yeah, I think the township is much financially better than it was 5 years ago. Well, I think you're a little ahead of it. I think we're not to the point yet where you can start doing these things safely, and it's not gonna cause a problem somewhere down the road, or with something that you should be funding that maybe you're unable to. I think it's poor timing. I mean, Ed and I know, you stood for this for years.
Yeah.
We've had this argument before, and we agreed to disagree. That's all there's to it. That's my opinion. So.
Okay.
And my other input to that is, the board shouldn't be promoting things that are just your personal issue, okay? It's your personal issue, okay? It's your personal issue. You have that stance, you don't want any rules, you don't want any taxes, you don't want anything, which I understand and I accept that. But the point being, that's your personal issue. And so the board and the township is supposed to be working for everybody's issue.
Yeah, and every taxpayer will not have to pay taxes.
And you know what? None of us appreciate that.
Well,
You know
none,
why?
you're speaking for yourself, that's your own
Okay,
personal opinion.
No?
here's the thing,
There's 3,000 residents out there.
Okay, yeah,
it's your shop, for the next year, don't charge people to fix their cars.
yeah,
Yeah.
why not? Just say I'm fixing it.
And then next year,
Next
charge them
year.
again. What are you gonna gain?
I'm not the government.
Well,
It's the same thing as the government.
No, it ain't.
yeah,
You're running a business here.
yeah.
Is there any way we could compromise and lower them some?
I think it's a business, isn't it?
Huh?
Well, how about we wait and vote on it next month? And that'll give everybody a chance to come in here, or to stop us on the street, or call
Oh, yeah,
us,
right.
or email us, and tell us how they feel.
Yeah, if you got a thing put out there, and, because the majority of the people should rule. I agree with that. Just like on the zoning, it would have been so much easier, just what one guy said. Get a postcard, we got 3,000 voters, it don't cost that much. He would have done it. Yes, you're for zoning, no, you're against zoning.
I'm good with waiting a month on it.
And
If
back, you know what I mean? And that would have solved the whole problem.
Maybe.
I'm
Well-
good with waiting a month. If-
And
That's
in the
the way-
meantime, we just ask everybody.
Right,
Get the
put it
people,
out there.
get the
And then-
people out.
And get the
We know how
feedback.
you feel, the few that are here.
Right.
Let's
Okay.
see what happens.
I think the last time you had this special meeting to talk about the 100,000, that you had that many more people who disagreed with you too.
No, it's always about the same ones, so. But
No,
Well, we'll
more people
Yeah.
were worried about how you would figure out who got the break versus
Yeah.
who didn't get the break.
Well, that is an issue, but just what I had said to you, if, and I don't, but if I were to get $2,000 break and he gets a $10 break,
There's some people gets 11 cents break,
yeah, I mean,
and then the businesses are gonna get hundreds of dollars of breaks.
they pay
there's
more.
no way to
This
make
is
it
the age-old
equitable.
argument about taxes in general.
But if you spend the money on infrastructure do some more roads, Ed.
We're still gonna keep up with the roads and stuff.
Put $200,000 in a CD that you can reserve for future emergency.
I brought that up
I don't think you're
a
allowed to
couple
do that.
meetings ago,
Mhm.
the rainy day fund and whatnot, yeah.
I don't think you can invest it, can you?
Why
No,
don't you
I
put
know.
money into your capital reserve?
We have a capital reserve fund.
We could, we could invest it if we took it out of Act 13 into the general fund to pay the taxes.
1,700.
No, you can't, because then you gotta spend it to replace all the money you didn't get,
Who
Ed.
owns the real estate tax, charge everybody $10 tax for the.
What I'm saying is,
or
once
some
it's,
kind of tax like that.
once it's spent out of Act 13 into the general fund for tax abatement,
They can charge it.
the 13 strings are no longer there.
You make a lot more money than you earn
But you're not gonna have the $160,000 you would have collected, so the
I
160.
understand that, and I'm tired of talking about it. We're
Okay.
waiting a month,
Okay,
okay? You're one citizen,
And you,
I understand
okay?
that.
You're one taxpayer,
I
one
agree.
property owner,
I agree.
all right?
I agree,
We've heard your opinion,
okay.
okay? We'll see what everybody else thinks.
and you
Okay.
get, and I don't get that Facebook and stuff, but you do, don't you, Tammy and Kathy?
Oh, yeah, I see everything that's.
Well, I'm
written
just
about it.
saying, so if you put it on there and get back, and you'll know.
Now, what's the procedure? I gotta
What's what?
rescind my motion,
Well, you could table it.
table it?
Sure.
Motion to table.
Well, just withdraw your motion, withdraw your second.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, you can withdraw it and make it again next month.
Yeah.
See what
Okay.
this thing comes up and.
Motion to table the motion, I guess. Is that what it is? Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, we're voting to table it, the motion. How do you,
Doug,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Tom,
Yep.
Ed,
yeah. Okay.
4 yes, motion carried.
Any other additions to the agenda?
Pretty sick.
I have something out of, I'd like to make a motion that we will start keeping minutes in executive session. No second?
I'll second it, I'm okay with it.
Got a motion and a second.
And, you know, and if that would have been the policy for last year, we would be, people would be filing discovery motions for things that took place back there, which might not be in the position we're in right
It
now.
wouldn't be defined discovery motions, Doug, because you don't know what the heck you're talking about. There is no discovery.
I said there could be, if we were under a suit, it would be discovery.
I can
That's how
tell
it
you
happens.
this,
That's how it
I can
happens.
tell you this, we could prove the people that are leaking,
Oh, I don't know how you're gonna do that, but that's fine.
because we'll have. the
As I
minutes.
said, I'm in favor of it, Ed. We should have had it when you made some of those comments back there. And been recorded.
Why? You tell everybody anyway.
Make proof of that, Ed. You like to make accusations.
That's what I want
You
the
need-
proof.
you need
I
to-
want the proof.
You tell me how that proves that, and I haven't.
Because you'll sit back there and we'll read the minutes and they'll be approved,
Is there
and
a second?
that's it.
Yes.
Is there a second?
Yes.
It was Doug, right?
Yeah, I said, I'm all in
Okay.
favor of it.
How do you vote?
Tom,
Yep.
Kathy,
Yes.
Doug,
Yep.
Ed,
Yep.
4 yes, motion carried.
In fact, I think maybe we could record what's happening back there. That'd be okay too.
Don't think that hasn't happened.
Maybe it has. If it has, it's probably illegal.
It would be
Have you
the,
been recording?
no.
Oh.
All right. Any other additions to the agenda? Public comment.
How are you going to judge what the people want? If you're gonna put this vote off for a month,
Yeah.
how are you gonna judge what,
Put it on
We'll just see
Facebook
what,
or that
we'll just see
there.
how
what,
about us people that
No, I know, I don't have it either.
will put my vote against what you wanna do?
okay.
All right?
And the people can come and,
Yeah,
make their,
it'll be notified if they wanna come here and, you know, express their opinion too. Then they'll be able to do that. You're right, Ms. Shannon.
Any other public comment?
I only have one
Yeah.
other, and it's not about that, but the figures that I asked you about approval for them,
Yeah.
the figures that are in the minutes, okay, don't agree with the,
Oh, I don't know.
well,
That was
they're,
last month.
okay, last month's minute says that you approved $4,585 for mower repairs, $2,896 for tracks for the skid
What were the
steer.
votes on those?
Hmm?
What were the votes? They tell you?
It just says this was covered in the bill paying this, the bill
We
paying
didn't
this.
vote, we didn't vote on them?
Mm-mm.
I thought we had a vote on it.
Yeah, we did.
Not separate.
You
There's
did
no
it
vote
when we
recorded here.
okayed the bills.
Okay, is that what it was?
Yeah.
I knew there was a vote on, because I voted no.
Okay, well, the figures that I asked you about were 6,600 and some, and 4,082. And that adds up to $10,000, and this adds
Is
up.
it,
Did it don't say where it went?
No, I told you what, it just said
Oh,
equipment.
because
that's not the amount that we pay out of liquid fuels, is it? You said it was small?
It's-
Which
it's-
account?
Hang on. I have to go back over here. It says, road department repair material, 6,651.
What account?
Repair materials?
437.25.
No, general account, Act 13, liquid fuels.
That would,
What bank account, does it say?
It's in the monthly profit and loss. It says 437.25.
road repair materials is like,
It says road
Gravel
department
and
repair,
I'd have to look.
material and equipment.
I'm not doing
I was trying to remember, if 437 and 438, there's a certain amount that if a road crew member works on equipment for the township,
Yeah.
that can be transferred from one account to the other.
Right.
So that's what I was wondering. I was thinking it was 437 and 438. But that's just, but we don't do it every month. Sharon does it every 3 months.
Right. Well, that was an expense.
But this would have
I'll
been
check it tomorrow.
it would be an expense in one account into another.
into another.
Okay. Any other public comment?
One account to another is not an expense, guys. It's interfund transfer.
Yeah, it's not an
That's basic accounting.
What goes
The
out?
paper's
the
not-
It's not expenses.
Except the paper's not in front of me, so it is spent from one account and transferred to the other. But it's not necessarily a bill. It doesn't say
I'm just saying, it's
to,
not an
Any
expense.
other
No,
it
public
doesn't
comment?
say
It could be a
to
transfer.
rock salt.
Well, you know what, I'm not trying to be ugly to you.
No, no, we-
All I'm asking you to do is verify your figures, because when it comes if I'm an auditor, when it comes my audit time, and I don't find the appropriate approval, then,
It's called surcharge.
you know, you can be surcharged, it's not easy to do, but you could be, and I'm not saying that, I'm not threatening, I'm just saying, CYA. That's all I'm saying. Cover yourselves, all the way around.
Yeah.
Before you let everybody stop paying taxes, then.
I was gonna ask you, didn't you have,
I'd like to meet with you and Tom sometime over some stormwater issues you have that I've brought to the attention of prior board members, and was kind of told, you know, be
The ditch
patient.
down through your back.
We don't have the money right now, be patient, yeah. And, well, before we don't have any money, maybe we can take a look at getting these problems corrected.
I think there's one across the street from you too.
Yeah, I have
It's
some
just a-
stormwater issues too.
it's a storm drain?
Yeah.
Which, just to make the board aware, I have, got a lawyer involved because it's still an issue and nobody seems to want to do anything with it.
Yeah. His stormwater issue's deeper than yours.
Might be, and he's a good dude, but I don't care. Alright? Mine's been, I don't know how long his has been going on, but we're approaching a couple years now.
I'm working on 10.
Oh, shit. So I'd be doing better if you would just be quiet for a minute.
Good luck. Good luck.
So that is one of the things covered in the block grant.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna mention that earlier when we talked about possibly paving Poplar, you got some stormwater issues you gotta fix before you can do that. But, you know, that's, you know,
what,
you have to come out, I have to show you and explain it all to you.
okay,
It'll take
the
about half an hour or
resolution
so.
forward, you know, I mean, what we could do to correct it.
Right.
Isn't there an issue too across the street from you with storm drain, down to Taylor's yard?
Yes.
I
there
don't
is.
know. Is
Yes.
there- on that
It's
Yes.
side?
been, I mean, that's been going on for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're gonna lose Main Street down below me at some point if you don't correct issues. That's what's gonna happen. It's underwashing Main Street, so.
Okay.
When that happens, Eric, come up and talk and hook them down a little bit.
Yeah.
You still got 7 years to wait according to John.
Yeah.
All right, anybody else? Anybody wanna go? It's only 9:25.
So moved.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll second that motion.
Got a motion and a second to quit for tonight. How do you vote?
Kathy,
Yes,
Doug,
Yeah.
Tom,
Yep.
Ed,
say no, Tom, say no, say no, say no.
Ed,
Yes.
4 yes, we're out of here.
No, we
Okay.
ain't out of here.
Well, you
Oh, we're
have
not.
to sign checks on that.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. You know,
Good luck with that.
Where? 6 minutes.